And we are live from Michigan International Speedway for the Ghost, Heroes, and Villains 200. And last race, Dylan Hervatin won, but there was a lot of news that came out from Las Vegas. 4 drivers faced bans. That was DJ Daniel, both Whitehead brothers, and Chris Wheeler. Chris Wheeler was reinstated, but he is on probation for this race, and I'm not sure how many after that. But you saw Trey look like he supposedly dumped DJ, but it wasn't that incident. It was actually what happened after the race that they were talking about. Hupka deemed that to be, taking out somebody, and he doesn't like that in the Ghost League. But drivers are in qualifying right now. I'll bring up some track info for you right here. Michigan is a track where the draft's going to come into play. Very surprisingly, you wouldn't think it's a super draft heavy track, but it really is. We saw, I believe they actually ran their preseason stuff here, and we saw kind of a split on tires. Tires can mean a lot. Fuel can mean a lot also. And if you get off on your tire cycle, that's going to be tough for you to get back on it. But I'm going to look for, who can draft, and how will the fuel come into play here at Michigan? Because that's going to be the two really, really, really big factors I see happening in this race tonight. But it's going to be interesting to see, who pits a lap earlier, a lap later, even 2 laps later, because you want the tires on top of everybody. Because if you're not on top of your tires, they're going to almost... Excuse me for that delay. I knocked over my bottle of water that I had here. It's the only bottle that I had tonight, so I'm about halfway through it already by doing that. But drivers are in their qualifying. They're pretty much done, so they'll be out on the track here real soon. It's a 25 car field. I think there is... Let's see. No, okay, so the person who joined, that was a new person. Yeah, 25 car field with our race control in here. But of course, he's not racing. I'll bring up the grid for you. Let me show you. So starting up front is going to be Tom Bourne, followed by Matthew Rodriguez. Robert Kinney's going to get 3rd. Woods 4th. That's a good qualifying effort from him. James Silver 5th. Dylan Hervatin 6th. Rylan Fontenato 7th. Dalton McKinney 8th. Tyler Evans 9th. David Montespal 10th. Kyle Speece 11th. Chris Reese 12th. Vernon Reese 13th. Kyle Gartner 14th. 15th. Christian Roos 16th. Wally Babb 17th. Robert Lawrence 18th. Chris Wheeler, excuse me. 19th, Jacob Bowen. 20th, Jeffrey Vickery. 21st, Christopher Lawrence. 22nd, the man that runs the show here, Chris Hupka. 23, Devin Scroggins. 24th, Mike Sabanowski. 25th, Tate, which he didn't qualify, so maybe Tate wants to stay in the back here. Not be around all these people. It's going to be interesting for him, but you see some of these drivers out here with these really nice paint schemes. I'll give them a refresh just to see if some paint schemes didn't show for these drivers out here, but they've got some nice paint schemes. Now they can run a superhero or a villain theme at Michigan. That's what Hupka's chose to make it at this race. But it's going to be, Tom, he just decides not to go with the, anything too big of a paint scheme. So I will actually, change the volume of this camera. That camera's very, very quiet for me. But some newcomers up here. I've never saw That's not a shot at Woods. No, Woods normally isn't up here. He's kind of towards the back most of the time. Dylan Hervatin, he's actually on my team now, and he needed one after DJ got banned from it, so I took him on board. Kind of surprised, to see Christopher Tate. He didn't qualify at all. He's the last car on the track. I mean, this could be just a little bit of a game from Tate. Who knows? We'll just have to see what he does. It's going to be interesting to see how the draft plays in tonight. It's going to be 100 laps, so I believe they'll probably have to pit 3 times, I'd say. You got to keep in mind they don't have a fast repair either, so drivers can't do what they've normally been doing the whole time. They're going to have to kind of be more courteous with their moves, I'd say. Be more careful with them, be more calculated. You can't just throw it in there anymore and say, oh, I got a fast repair left, because you don't anymore. You just don't have that fast repair. You don't have that security behind you. I think that's what we're going to start seeing from some of these other drivers. I talked to Tate after Las Vegas. He said, yeah, there was an instance I was in last season. He said that he has to drive different now because he doesn't have that fast repair in his pocket. Now, it's going to be a lot of drivers are going to have to drive completely different because of it. But Bourne, he's going to lead him to green as he's got a little bit of a connection problem there for half a second. Bourne's going to lead him to green. He's going to have Robert Kinney behind him. He's going to have and Bourne's going to have the 57 of Rodriguez, followed by the 60 of Woods, and that 24 of Dylan Hervatin. That's a nice paint scheme from him. I also like Dalton McKinney's paint scheme. That's Deadpool. Deadpool's probably one of my favorite characters, even though I don't watch movies here. But lights are off on the pace car. Pace car will pull off, and it's going to will be on Bourne. He's going to lead them to green here. I'm not sure if they're using the Geico Restart zones. They may be entering the restart zone. He enters it now. Will he wait? He's going to wait a little bit longer. Now he goes, tries to jump it. Rodriguez, it's a really good start with him. Draft is going to come into play here. Kenny's going to get to the bumper of Bourne. Try to give him a shove. Hervatin's all over Woods. Woods didn't get a great start, but he's going to hopefully catch the draft of Rodriguez. Bourne's going to get a shove from Kenny. Hervatin's already jumped to the bottom. You saw him go straight to the bottom as soon as he had a hole. Kenny's going up top to try to get the draft. Oh, Hervatin's going to be left out. It's going to make it hard for him to go anywhere that he needs to. He squeezes right up in front of the 69 of Rylan Fontenato. Look at that paint scheme of him. That's a nice mixture of colors, in my opinion. But we already see drivers are starting to shove each other. They want them to go up front. And, if you tuck out here at Michigan and you don't have anybody with you, you are going to go dropping like a rock because that draft is just so heavy and such a big deal. We go back up front. They're single file right now. They're probably going to run single file unless they decide to mount something on the leader. Hervatin's already looking inside of Woods, trying to get to his quarter panels. Almost there. May have it off the corner. Nope, he doesn't. He's going to tuck back up behind him. The 17 of James Silvers. He's out on the bottom. Finds a way in. We see the 1 of David Montespaw. He's kind of lone man out. Tucks in front of Spieth. Spieth is going to try to get him on the bottom now. Be trading a little bit of spots. Can Spieth slide up in front of him? You see him running that W energy drink. We are sponsored by W, so he's running our sponsor. Inadvertently, use code 10GHOST for 10% off. Like he's going to tuck in behind Spieth. He's going to come under attack from Chris Reese, followed by the 99 of Wally Babb. We'll go back here in the pack just a little bit to see how these drivers are doing. You see, Tate's, he's not close to this, so he's lost the draft of Sabanowski. That's going to be really hard for him as we have somebody who has an instant. That's an interesting paint scheme from Vickery. A lot of mixture of colors there. We see Wheeler trying to go under Roos, but Roos is going to have Robert Lawrence in front of him as we see Hubka. Hubka merges in. He's got a colorful paint scheme also. That man must love M&M because that's all he runs. He's going to try to get on the bottom. He can slide up in front of Vickery. Now it looks like that top lane got really slow. We see Lawrence up there. Hubka's trying to wrap that bottom. Hopefully Hubka having a little bit of a better iRacing experience. Now he's upgraded his graphics. That's a kind of a side story. Had to help him with his computer, but they're going to be battling back here a lot. You've got somebody dropping. What happened here? It's like somebody has dropped. Like there may be a connection issue because Tom Bourne isn't showing up on the track anymore. So I'm not sure what happened there. Tom Bourne just disappeared. So he may have had a connection issue, but that's going to put Kenny to the lead. The 24 of Dylan Hervatin. He's right on his bumper. He's probably just going to stay there, maybe stay in the draft with him just a little bit longer. You can see him get that good run. He starts to close up on him. Probably will give Kenny a shove. Doesn't want to pass him just yet. He wants a car behind him. He's going to try to wrap that high line, get to his quarter panel. He's almost there, trying to get to it, trying to grab it. He's got a hold of it now. That might be the death of Kenny for right now. He can't hold on anymore. Rodriguez is going to light up behind Hervatin, give him a shove by. Kenny may go back to 4th if he can't get back in line here real soon. Go back in the pack here. We see 62 of Chris Reese, 99 of Wally Babb. Right here, he's running the Super Mutant Ninja Turtles. They got a little bit of a battle up here. Woods, he's shoving the 17 of Silver. Kenny's just starting to drop. He needs to tuck in behind Woods as soon as he can, because if he doesn't, he's just going to keep on falling through the pack. Tom Bourne looks like he might have had connection issues. He's not even showing up on the race anymore. You see the 6'9 of Fontenato. He's under attack from the 1 of David Modespaw. David thinks about it better, maybe tucks back in. You see the 46 Dalton McKinney kind of lurking there. He's got speeds on his bumper. Kenny's still trying to find out the bottom. That's just going to hurt Kenny's tires doing this. He's got to try to find a way back up top, because if he doesn't, he's just going to continue to drop spots. He's went from 1st to 6th. He finally finds a spot in front of Ryland. Ryland's going to try to go back on the bottom. That might not be good for him. He might just want to tuck in behind him and accept, maybe I don't want to pass you this earlier on, but he's going to stay down there. Modespaw might go with him. If Modespaw goes with him, that might not be so bad, but Kenny's going to get the draft off the 60 of Woods. The 17 stays down low. He might be able to get it, but Hervatin's under fire from Matthew Rodriguez. And here comes the 77 of Evans. Evans, kind of out of nowhere, it seems. He's up 7 spots from where he started, so he's ran out through the pack because we got some smoke somewhere, so somebody had a little incident. It's like it was Devin Scroggins. Something happened with him. Yep, he's all the way back behind everybody. There's kind of almost 2 packs, it seems, set for him. 9 of Lawrence, and the 9 and 34 of Lawrence. Let's call him Lawrence. Wheeler, he was banned, but he's brought back. You see, they're going 3 wide actually. Chris is going to put Lawrence 3 wide with Roos on the top. Roos has got to hold his line as long as he can. He's going to hope for help from the 52 of Bowen. Bowen's going to try to get to his bumper, but the 34 is all over the 6, trying to give him a shove down the backstretch. But they're already lined up on the outside. You can see Tate. Tate's just kind of lurking back there. He hasn't really moved many spots from where he was. He's just kind of here right now at this point. I think Tate might be playing it just a little bit safe. To the 69, he's under attack from the 36. Trying to battle him. Looks like Dylan, he's still maintaining the lead. Rodriguez, he's under fire from the 17. He's gotten out of line. Don't know if he was able to get under there, but this is going to hurt. He sends it in there, slides up in front of the 17. The 1 of Modespaw, he's taking a challenge to Kenny now. He wants a spot from Kenny, thinks better of it, tucks back in 36. He's got to run. Looks like the 60 of Woods had to check up for just a little bit. The 1 gets in there really deep. You see how deep he got in there, but he got on the brakes really, really hard. You saw him slope in the middle of the turn out of nowhere because he was getting tight. Had to lift coming out of it. Trying to pull up. Hervatin, he's just going to continue to lead him right now. Likes being up front. This is good and bad for him at the same time, because leading up here, yeah, sure, you've got clean air for sure, but you've also got you're pulling everybody with you, and that's going to make them to save more fuel. We've got a pack of Hornets back here. The 1 up into the 57. That's going to be a caution right there. Soon as I say that, pack of Hornets, someone angered the nest of them all, and a caution comes out. It's like, see what happened here. Kind of saw the start of it for half a second. Looks like oh, yep, it starts with Modespaw. So Modespaw looks like he probably sent it down in that corner. I'll go cockpit with him so we can hear his throttle. Oh, yeah, he's getting tight. He really sent it in there. He looks like he just washed up. I'll go to a blimp and see what happened after that. I think he just kind of washed up into everybody. I'll go from Rodriguez's chase. I think he just kind of got in there really deep. Yeah, he hit Rodriguez. The 10 of Kenny hit him. Then Rodriguez comes back down into the 60. Woods, not what he wanted at all for him. But the 57 might... Actually, no, he's probably not going to be fine. The 10 has no front end. That might end Kenny's night because, no fast repair. So that's going to be a hard night for him. It's only 11 laps in. But he may come in and get all of his damage fixed, as we'll see. Yep, drivers are going to come down pit road. Will they all take tires is the question, though. Because you don't necessarily have to, but it'd be the smart idea, you know, if you have sets of tires, but I believe they only have 3. So it's going to be kind of a strategy for these drivers coming down here. See, 57 will probably stay here, fix all of his optional. He has optional he can fix. Kenny might have optional. They might put that front end on with what he has. I don't believe he has the meatball flag, as we say in iRacing, which damage you have to absolutely fix before you get in there. Yeah, it looks like 24 is fuel only. It looks like everybody's fuel only, but Lawrence decides to stay out. So interesting move by Robert Lawrence. He decides to stay out. He's going to be on well, not older tires. They're not all going to be the same tires, but he's going to have less fuel than everybody else in the field. So interesting call by him. I mean, it wouldn't have hurt to come in there and take the fuel, in my opinion. But he decides to stay out. But interesting call, but might as well try it. See these drivers that were involved. Woods fixing off his damage. His damage doesn't seem that bad, it seems. We'll go from a... yeah, he can actually fix that damage. I don't think it's going to be too terrible for him. Like, he didn't get the brunt of it. Hubka has some. Don't think that'll hurt Hubka too fast. You know, he has the no ghost on his car tonight. That's the thing that he's doing now. I need to look at the info for it to tell y'all more about it. But Hubka looks like he might have got a little bit of damage early on, or maybe in that wreck. But I don't think it's... Yeah, I don't think that's going to affect him, too much at all. But Lawrence, he's going to lead. He might come down pit road and top off. No, he looks like he's thinking about it. Looks like he just wants to be up front to see what. Now, might as well see what happens just early in the race. You see Kenny. Yeah, Kenny's sitting on pit road. Bourne looks like he must actually. He's back now, so he must have had some connection issues. But he is, I think, 4 laps down. Actually, probably even more than that. It's going to be extremely hard for him to come back from this. That is for sure. And if y'all are watching, if you don't mind, subscribing to the channel, liking it, sharing this video, that help us get out there. We're at 20 viewers right now. I'm hoping to get maybe to like 20 or 25 to 30 this stream. I could share it, but I don't want to annoy the other discourse that I do. But I might share it to see if they want to watch it. Might as well. But oh, they're going to be coming green this time. It's going to be Lawrence who leads them to green, followed by the 77 of Evans. Lawrence is going to have Dylan Hervatin to his outside, followed by the 17 of James Silver. We'll see if Hervatin, if he can get a good fire off and stay with Lawrence, that's going to be a challenge for Lawrence. But if this goes green, Lawrence is already, or if it goes green for a long time, Lawrence is already at a disadvantage because he didn't come in and pit, and these other cars did. Now, they didn't necessarily take tires, but they took fuel. So they're going to have more fuel than Robert Lawrence does. And that's going to be really bad for him because fuel can be a game changer. You can get fresher tires than everybody else in the pack. We're coming to the Geico Restart zone. Lawrence, he's going to start is going to be off him whenever he fires. The 24 of Dylan Hervatin's got to get a good fire. It looks like he hesitates just a little bit. It's going to get Lawrence clear, but will the fuel end up paying off for him? Everybody only took fuel, so it's kind of even on tires. Have to see if Hervatin can get a shove from the 17 to get him up there. Oh, the 77 up into the 17. Like he might have gotten tight. No harm, no foul there. It's going to make the 77 slide from the 17. He's not going to be too happy with it, but Hervatin's going to take the fight to Lawrence. He's going to get side by side with him now. Try to get around him. He's even with him now. Will he get in the corner deep? Will he realize maybe I don't need to burn up? He's going to get in there really deep. Maybe try to slide up in front of Lawrence, cut his nose off, not let him get there, but you see Species lurking in the background now. He's made his way up 7 positions. They're all getting really antsy now in the restart. Kenny's going to take him 4 wide, 36 in the middle, 17 of Silver's up high. Will they get clear before they go into the corner? Speeds tucks in behind 17, probably thinks better of it. Might as well be like, oh yeah, I can get a draft from these guys. I don't have to worry about them anymore. Kenny's going to be the lone man on the bottom, but he's got his teammate taken with him, and they got Roos. The 46, 54 are all teammates, but that's going to leave Kenny out. You see these cars just running that high line. They do not want to be anywhere else. They are all high line from, actually, no, most of them are. I say that, there's some cars that are trying to fight as hard as they can on that bottom lane, but it's just not working as we got somebody else going 3 wide. Not sure who that was, but they are getting really racy here. Everybody's kind of crammed in. You see Tate's trying to force his way under. I believe that was a 17. So, yeah, to 17. He was trying to force his way to that quarter panel, get that 17. Maybe a little bit tight, maybe a little bit loose. He's trying to get there. Once you get to that quarter panel, that car in front of you can't do anything. You can see him really trying to get to it now. Swings as wide as he can. Almost into the wall. He's going to leave the 17 out. But he's kind of boxed in from the 77. 77 didn't get a good exit. You can see Spieth. They're beating and banging off one another now. 52 down into the 62. They keep it straight. Tate's making his way back up here now. 77 looks like he has some right front damage. So this is going to hurt Tate. It's going to hold him up. He's got to try to shove him around him. Or will Tate put him 3 wide? He's thinking about it. You see him thinking about it now, but he's going to shove the 77 away. The 77 is not going to be able to mount anything. But Lawrence is holding on to the bumper of that 24 now. See him get back here, the 69, the 5, the 22, the 16. 16 had something happen early in the race. He's almost put him 3 wide. He goes 3 wide. He's got fresher tires than these guys from where he had that connection issue. So he's going to be coming up here trying to get his lap back as fast as he can. I mean, if he comes back and wins it, he's only 2 laps down, surprisingly. It's going to be interesting to see what Tom Bourne can do if he can get his lap back here and a caution comes out. Now, that could be almost all that he can ask for at this point, it seems. You can see him now. McKinney is on the bumper of Silver. Rodriguez was involved in that incident. Looks like he's fixed his damage. He may be fine. See him being followed by Spieth. Spieth is being patient, deciding to shove him. Doesn't want to get past him just yet. See Roos, he's trying to go under Wally Babb. Trying to wrap that bottom as much as he can. It's going to really pinch his exit, not be able to like wipe or wash up the corner that you want to. As you can see, some of these cars were involved in the accident. Some of them just decided to ride back here. Don't really want to have much to do with it. They're still racing. The 46, he's trying to make his way through the field. He wants to follow his teammates. He can see the 34 in front of him. Looks like he's had some issues. The 24. What has happened up here while I was watching the action? Christopher Tate shot out of a rock out of nowhere. Bourne's coming through. He's got the fresher tires. He wants his lap back. If I say, I don't think Tate's going to fight him at all. He's probably going to let him go right by. There's no point in fighting Bourne. Bourne has 7 lap fresher tires and more fuel than those drivers. Or 7 lap better tires, but less fuel than them. Bourne, he's got his lap back now. The 24 is getting tight. Almost blocking the 52 on accident. But Tate's gone to the lead. He's worked his way up from dead last, and it's only lap 20s. He's made his way up here. The 24 is going to try to give him a shove. Looking around on Tate's bumper. He's trying to block the 52 at the same time. Just not working out his way. Bowen, he's going to look inside. We have a caution on the track. Like something happened with Sabanowski. Somebody must have got turned on accident. See from Sabanowski's chase. So if I had to guess, the 69. Yeah, 69 just kind of washed down the track on accident. 22 seems like he held his line there. So just drivers not really realizing that, I can't go down that far. Sabanowski gets clipped. Looks like he's able to save it, though. That's good for him. I think the 69 got too bad damage. Yeah, 69 locks it down. So that's all optional damage that you can fix. I'd expect these drivers to. Those 2 are not teammates. I was going to say, if those 2 are teammates, that's going to be weird. But will drivers come back down pit road now? That's going to be a question because they just pitted on lap 11. Do you just want to get more fuel or do you want to take tires again? As this probably came out at a good time for Tom Bourne. He's going to get he's going to be back on the lead lap again. So good for him. But Tate started dead last and he's already found his way up front. Have to see what do drivers do because there's going to be a little bit of strategy played. Do they come down pit road or do they wait? Do they take tires? Do they not? Do they just come down pit road and mess with people? Or what do they do? It's going to be up to them. We'll see what Tate does. What Tate does will probably make every other driver react, and they'll probably bring him down pit road, see if Tate stays out or not. Like he's looking to go down pit road, maybe trying to draw people with him. Decides not to. We'll have to see if we have any other takers as we do. The 17 to 57 fakes him out. The 17 to 77, yep, that's going to drag everybody else with them. So these drivers are going to be on rockets when they come through the field. You got to be mindful of their tire assist, so this is going to burn a set of tires. Is this a good choice or was it not a good choice? We see the 71. Devin Scroggins, he's in. Everybody's coming in. Who was that? Oh, nice paint scheme. Kyle Gartney's got the flash on his truck, or car tonight. I keep almost wanting to say truck. How many truck races I do? He's on Freedom Motorsports, and I was on that team last season. I was given this opportunity to broadcast, so I snatched it up. I might as well do it. See, Bowman's got some rear-end damage. It's probably just from being bump drafted so hard. Drivers are just trying to shove each other at this point. Because, man, there's some weird stuff on the internet. No. Oh, that's a bid. Never mind. But I'll bring in Tate real quick. I'll give him another paint refresh again. Sorry, Hupka. I've just saw your message again. I don't get messages through Discord. Here, it looks like I think I repainted or refreshed while they were on the grid, so everybody's paint should be fine here tonight. I'll see if his changed though, just to make sure for Hupka. See, his is waiting to load in. And I think his is the right one. It's the no ghost. So I believe that should be the correct one for him. We'll talk to him, but he is sick, so I will wait to say something to him. I believe if you are watching Hupka, I have refreshed the paint, so should be showing, what drivers are running. Oh, I'm very sorry about that. Looks like they should be perfectly fine though for most of them. His is waiting a little bit longer to load in, so it might be loading in something a little bit different here real quick for them. Yeah, looks like he's got the right paint scheme on, hopefully. But Tate's going to lead him to green. He's going to have the 24 of Hervatin behind him. Tate's going to have the 52 of Bowen to his outside, followed by the 6 of Chris Wheeler. Chris Wheeler reinstated, but on probation now in Ghost Cup Series. For an incident that I saw, I was kind of curious. I was like, he's banned for that. But, call from Hupka. But, apparently there's a plea to get Wheeler back, so Wheeler is back. I'm glad to see him here. He is stamped as the 2 car, but he's the 6. Must be where I think I know what the issue is with that. I believe I have to talk to him after that. But start's going to be on Tate, but we're going to have to watch these drivers from 13th on back coming through like rocket ships because they're going to have fresh tires. They're only 10 laps fresher, but that difference is absolutely insane that they have on them. You'll see it in probably about 5 laps, I'd say. Restart's going to be on Tate. He gets in the restart zone. Looks like he waits, gets a good jump on Bowen. Hervatin's going to try to follow him through. He got the 34 of Lawrence. Will Lawrence give him a shove, or will he try to put it 3 wide? Like Lawrence gets up on the bumper. Hervatin just want to give him a shove. The Tate rods, yeah, we can't be really fighting side by side. That's going to hurt. I think they know the drivers behind them have fresher tires. It looks like Lawrence maybe got the 24 in there a little bit faster than he wanted to. That's going to get him to the quarter panel. Hervatin's got to find a way to get in to the line, but this is going to be hard for him to get in there now because he's got a gap there really closed very fast on the Hervatin. Just going to start dropping really fast from 2nd to 4th, maybe to 5th in a minute. See the 49 of Gartner gets a little bit tight. You're realizing that maybe I don't want to be up here necessarily. Maybe wait for his tires gone there. So you see the 16. The 16's made a huge bounce back. He's already back up to 20th right now. He got down 2 laps, got one back the old-fashioned way, then got the other one under cautions. We see there's a little bit of a battle up here. I think that's the 21 of Vickery. Vickery's kind of in a weird spot. He's going to get a shove from the 71. They're going to think better. See the 77. Oh, you see Spieth really giving the 22 a shove. Cuts to Stewart, but there's kind of a group up here right now that's kind of pulling away. If they stay lined up. We got a caution, though, again. Looks like something will happen with Bourne. Looks like you got something. Some big wreck happened. So something's already happened up front here. 69 just locks him up. Might as well. So who's that up here? It's a 71. Grogan. So something pretty big must have happened. Oh, it looks like Vickery may have pinched the 71 up into the wall. So I'll go from the chase of Vickery, see what happened here. Yeah, he just kind of comes up. I don't think the 71 of Scroggins thought he was going to. Kind of a little bit later. The 16 who just got his lap back hits him. Vickery doesn't seem to have that bad of damage, though. That's probably all optional. The 62 gets into it. The 16 of Bourne, who has literally just got his lap back, has catastrophe happen for him again. See how bad the damage is on Bourne. I don't think it's too terrible, hopefully. He's having some connection issues because he's not showing up on the track every now and then. Yeah, so he's somewhere. He's got some odd connection issues because when I go to him, you see where it's not showing anything. Showing that, he's not on the track. So it's kind of odd from him. But Tate lost the lead, but that's not a really big deal. As we might see a kind of a split decision on drivers coming down pit road this time. Going to be interesting to see what happens. I don't think the drivers who pitted last time will come in. It looks like we've got some people, actually back in the pack that might come down and take fuel. So not a bad call from them. They're already back here. I mean, it can't hurt. Looks like they were led by, Modest Boy has some heavy damage. You can see that. Speece is in. They're taking tires. That's surprising. I didn't expect some of them. Like most of these people should just take fuel only. 21 of Vickers in. That looks like that might be all optional damage. 71, that's not optional damage. That's going to help you. But might as well fix it. Hopefully he can get a hood back on it. Because, I mean, you can maybe race with that a little bit, but this is more of a draft-heavy track than anything at this point. Well, I'll bring in Christopher Tate here real quick. Hey, Tate, this is Bryson's booth. You got a copy, man?
Sure.
Man, so you went from the back to the front, and you're sitting in second right now. How's the race gone for you so far, man?
That's going good so far. Staying clean, so that's a big thing. Tire conservation is huge as well, so just trying to do that, trying to figure out what we're going to do for strategy-wise. It's going quick, so we'll kind of see what happens.
Yeah, man, I mean, Michigan's so huge, and the draft plays such a big deal. If you get hung out, you're pretty much, you're in a tough spot. I mean, is there anything that, you feel like you have to do different tonight otherwise than saving tires and saving fuel on these guys?
Just those things that you mentioned, and then playing the draft game right, really. Yeah. It's about all you can do.
And foot to the floor, might as well. Foot to the floor most of the time out. That seems to work a lot.
Basically.
All right, man. Well, I'll let you go. I was just bring you in here for a quick interview.
I appreciate it.
That was Christopher Tate with Freedom Motorsports. He's worked from the back to the front, so it's gotten really interesting. He's came up here. He was a champion last season. Joined actually later than me, I believe, and he just cleaned the floor on everybody. He was just in here winning race after race after race. Just ridiculous. We got somebody waiting in here. Who is this? I don't believe this is the Cup Series driver. This is not a Cup Series driver. I don't think it is. Let me make sure here, y'all. Yes, that's not a Cup Series driver, so I'm trying to figure out who this is exactly. Anyway, they're going to go green this time, but I'll figure that out later. Somebody's in the waiting room. I'm not exactly sure who that is. I don't see anybody in her name with that. Kind of odd. But start's going to be on Bowen. Bowen's going to take the top, surprisingly. He's got Lawrence behind him. Tate's got the 57 of Rodriguez. He's got to get a good time with the 52. If he can time it, he can maybe get up there and challenge him. He gets not a bad start. 52 gets a huge jump on him. That's going to get Rodriguez to Tate's bumper. He's going to give him a little bit of a shove. The 24 is back here. The 14 kid who has a baby on the way is Roos. Roos is going to get, as you know, I was looking at the wrong truck, or car, sorry. Do so many truck races. I keep saying trucks. Hupka's trying to wrap that outside. Gets a good run above his teammate Roos. Roos is kind of out alone. Tate ducks outside, trying to get a side draft pretty hard, but he's just going to get railroaded on this time. You see McKinney. He's his teammate also. He goes right behind him. Rodriguez gets in that little bit deep. Rodriguez has that damage, but it looks like it's not affecting him that bad. Tate's trying to get there with him. So you can see, I think that's Lawrence trying to rip that top lane, excuse me. This is going to be a draft. This is where the draft really comes into play. You really start to see it. If Tate can get to this quarter panel, oh no, he's going to be put 3 wide. Wheeler, who's he going to go with? He's going to go with Tate, so this is going to help him. May have called it a little bit prematurely, but they're fanning out here. You see a lot of cars. They're filling up the whole track. Might as well. It's a wide track, as you can see them just all start to sprawl out. Oh, 24 down to the 17, up into the 46. Hard contact for these cars. Some of them just making it through. Caution comes out. Finally, thrown a little bit late. That was hard contact for some of those drivers, though. I think the 24 got a little bit loose on that top lane. It's like it started with him somewhere. Have to go. That's Dylan Hervatin. I'll go from the chase of him. Coming off the corner, I think he got a little bit tight, or maybe a little bit loose. Actually, no, he sees it. Oh, he sees. So what he saw there, if you can rewind, I'll go in slow motion. What he was actually reacting off was McKinney. You can see him right here. He clips the wall. That slows McKinney down and shoots him down the track. The 24 kind of just reacts over that and just turns to 17 in reaction to it. So 24 is just trying to react off that wreck. 17 goes hard into the 46. See what? And then something happens after this. Then 9 of Lawrence gets into it. And they're just wrecking after this. Hubka piles into it. Looks like he doesn't get that heavy of damage. 22 gets clipped. 69 hits the 22. That was pure net code. Oh, Roos just squeezed by that. Christian Roos makes it out of there. He's on the brakes, not trying to hit the 46. 69, and then slide down to the infield. So it's just a reaction off that 24, really, that you saw there. I want you to play live. But they're going to come down pit road. Actually, the Bowen fakes them out, so he decides to stay out. Some drivers coming down pit road, some drivers are not. So that, I don't know. I don't know if that's going to be an EOL. We'll have to see if that's an EOL for the 24. Don't know if it will be, but no, some drivers did come down pit road. It was led by the 34 of Lawrence. Maybe taking fuel, maybe taking tires. Who knows? It's like some of the cars in there didn't get too bad of damage. That should be optional. We'll see if Hubka. I'll go from his rear chase. It's like that's fixable damage too. That's all optional damage that I can see him fixing. So now, Roos, I will check your view. I saw that whole thing. I was like, oh my gosh. I'll go back to yours. Find your number here. I'll go from your cockpit. I knew you were in the hornet's nest with that one. Oh my gosh. Oh, just scrapes by the 17. We'll do that in slow-mo. I knew you were so close on that 17 of Silvers. Goes right between a Hubka. Oh my gosh. Squeezes that. And you're hard on the brakes not to hit McKinney. McKinney. As hard as you can on there. Just shot the gap. Like Hubka's maybe takes him. Looks like he has some more optional, but he probably wants to beat the pace car out. Don't think that's gonna be an EOL for the 24 though, because it looks like he did react off of the 46. McKinney he's not gonna be too happy with this. We'll see what damage McKinney has. He doesn't have. We'll go rear chase. That may be. I don't know if that's fixable. I don't think that's fixable. He might have a hard night. So he's already stayed in pit road a little bit longer, running that Deadpool paint scheme. But it's like McKinney. He just got tied off the corner. 24. You're coming off with that such speed. You cannot bounce off that. He looks like he bounced off that wall. And none of McKinney's doing. It's kind of something that happens, and just down to the 24 just a little bit. I don't really see who you can kind of point blame on it. But driver's already having to deal with some stuff here. Already got some damage. That's the 22 of Sabanowski. He's got no rear bumper covered. You see he's got some front end damage, but as long as he has RPMs, he could be fine relatively. Looks like Hubka maybe has a little bit more optional. He'll probably fix a little bit. 71's just sitting in pit road. He's got no front end. So it's going to be hard for him. Yes, that was a Xfinity driver in here, so that was curious. As I might actually see if an Xfinity driver wants to get in here. I'll see if anybody wants to join in here. But Bowen's going to lead him to green, followed by the 57 of Rodriguez. He's going to have the 6 of Chris Wheeler to the inside of him, then followed by Tate. Tate didn't get a terrible restart, but didn't get a good one either, so it's kind of like a man restart for him. He lost multiple positions. You see he's got a little bit of front end damage. This is probably from bump drafting so hard here. You won't think Michigan, you bump draft, but you really do. You're trying to give everybody a good shove going down into the corner. It's like nobody's going to say anything to that. But start is going to be off Bowen. He's going to have to get a good fire off. Tate, ooh, Wheeler doesn't get a good start. Tate looks like he has to check up a little bit. That's going to give Bowen a huge jump. So you got some drivers up here with fresher tires. You see the 60 of Woods involved in a wreck earlier. He's got the freshest tires of these guys up here. The closest one to him is a 77 pitted on lap 21. Oh, no. Oh, gosh. They're really going at it back here now. Hervatin, he's going to try to come back through the field. He doesn't have any damage from that incident. He's maybe going to put them 3 wide for half a second. Tucks back up in front of the 36 between him and the 34. The 99 of Bab's going to try to fight on that inside. There's not really good camera angles here. I'll have to find a good one. Hervatin's probably gotten tires, so he's going to be coming through here really fast. You see these cars back here, they're going to be trying to hold on to that draft. Ooh, Lawrence has no front end. That's going to be extremely hard for him the rest of the night. Might as well run an open wheel modified with that car that he has, but they're going at it back here. Tate, he's trying to get under Wheeler. Wheeler's under attack. He's kind of getting shoved out, but Tate might not want to do this as early. They can leave Bowen out to dry. But Bowen just squeaks up in front of Wheeler. Wheeler's trying to give him a shove. Tate's going to try to get around Wheeler now. Who's going to go with him? You see the 24 give him the 62 a shove. That's going to give a 62 a shot down into the corner. Maybe in there a little too fast. Oh, they're going to go 3 wide, 2 rows back. The 24, what's he going to do? He's going to put it 4 wide all the way down to the bottom of the track. He's on the apron. 4 wide at Michigan, using every single lane you can. Might as well. They're going to make it through, but they're still going to be 3 wide with Tate in the middle. The 57 of Rodriguez, they're going to go 3 wide again, a different spot. The 77, the 60, and the 62. They're 3 wide for 2 rows again. Hervatin, he's shot through here. He's made his way back up front. He's going to go for the lead now. Will Tate give him a shove by? Hervatin didn't necessarily cause the incident, but he's trying to get up here. It's like he might have fresher tires than these guys up here in front of him as he's pitted on lap 31, so I think he does. I think he decided to use this. He's going to slide up in front of Wheeler. That's going to put Dylan Hervatin to the lead. He's got the freshest tires and more fuel. That was crazy. The 52's trying to find a way up in line. He just can't find one. This is going to hurt the 52 a lot. But the Wheeler's already gotten back to the 24's bumper. The draft is coming into play. You can see it more and more and more as the race goes on. But they're just going at it back here right now. 14, he's going to get passed from the 30. Oh, he's not necessarily clear yet. That's going to leave him in a weird position. They're going to have to be racing each other almost the whole time now. Not very good. I have to find some better camera angles. 62's trying to get under Lawrence. Can't get there. It's going to really slow him down. You know, when you try to get in there really deep and just get under them, you just can't really get that good exit. You can't put the power down like you want to because you're already so pinched. But Woods, he's going to get the 52 of Bowen to shove. Hervatin, he's kind of distanced himself from Wheeler now. Bowen's trying to get in there deep, trying to slide up in front of the 77 of Silver, or if not Silver, Evans, excuse me. He's trying to, can't get up there. Now he can. Slides up right in front of the 77 of Evans. Speece is trying to make a pass on Woods. He's trying to cut the side draft as much as he can. It's not even halfway, and the driver's already wanting to go at it. Woods trying to run that high line. Kind of watch a car here that's kind of lurking more than anything. You see, hey, he's falling back. He went from 4th to 15th. Maybe deciding this. Maybe I don't want to be back here. See McKinney, he's back on track. Looks like he's got his damage fixed. We have a caution on the track. Silver has crashed. That's not the same incident, excuse me. Like, it was Modespa, so something else happened up here. So we've got an accident up here already happened. Oh, Modespa just nails the 77. So it looks like we have something else that has happened way before this incident. So it looks like Woods got a run on the outside from the looks of it already. Go slow motion. Yeah, he on the outside of the 77, and the 77 just keeps coming up the track. Woods is there. Hits him once, hits him again, turns him. So Woods had that run, took it to the outside. And we'll see if anybody else gets involved here. 77 gets turned up in the high lane. Hopefully doesn't come down. Modespa has nowhere to go. Absolutely drills him. Looks like it was only a 2-car incident. Some drivers decide to go down in the grass. Might as well. Tate goes into the grass. But just Woods was there. I don't think the 77 exactly knew he was on the outside of him. And he was, might have been a late call from the spotter. But just, something that maybe spotters are just a little bit late on. Just nothing that you really can do. They might have not said driver outside. Looks like McKinney, he's going to get one of his laps back. It looks like he's got a pretty clean car right now. Got some nice chrome paint scheme from Kyle Spees. They called him Kyle Rocket Spees. I'm not sure what he's running. I have to see what that is. That's not him anymore. No, that is him. Looks like... welcome to Gryffindor. 2 points for Gryffindor. See if drivers, will they come down pit road and get fuel, or will they stay out? It's going to be interesting. Tate has no damage. Looks like he did to go off course, but some drivers came down. Woods will probably be fixing his damage. The 17 will be fixing his damage. 77 will definitely be fixing it. Modest ball, you can see it already. That front end is just in a huge wrinkle. Just absolutely drilled the 77 of Evans. Evans has surprisingly not that bad of damage unless I go from... Oh, he's got heavy rear end. I was wrong. He's got some heavy rear end. Sorry, I'm trying to figure out or get anybody else in here. They're going to be coming to green here this time by Spees is going to be on the outside of the 24 for Hervatin, followed by Spees will have the 99 of Wally Babb. Looks like the 62 of Chris Reese going to be behind Hervatin. Going to try to give him a shove. Was Hervatin might be switching his lanes maybe? Might be going... Looks like he switched lanes, so he goes up top. So that was surprising. Andrew would normally be here, but he has a league that he's running in right now. Street Stock Open done by HSR. But it's a whole different story now. Hervatin takes the top, so now he's going to have Wally Babb behind him. Spees is going to have Chris Reese. Hupka's made his way up here with that damage. I don't think he took his optional anymore. So it looks like he may have fixed as much as he can. May hurt him just a little bit, not too much, however. These are some weird camera angles that Michigan has. I'll give them that. What are these camera angles at all? But they're going to be coming to the green. Start's going to be on the 24 for Hervatin. He's got to get a good jump and a good fire off. He gets a pretty good one. Leaves them both. Now he can kind of cut the air between these two cars behind him. It's going to leave Babb and Spees to battle with each other. Reese is going to stay bottom. Now he's going to go top. See, Hupka's made his way up here. Got that damage, but it doesn't seem to be affecting him that much. He's got the 6 of Wheeler on his bumper. See, Tate's made his way back up to the field. The 00 gets slow on the bottom. Maybe gets a little bit tight. Tate is on a mission right now with the rocket ship. He pitted on lap 39, so he did come down pit run. Maybe took tires. He's shoving Roos. That's his teammate. They're going to shove him by another teammate, though. They're going to leave kind of Hupka on that outside lane. What's Hupka going to do? Will he give him the spot? Roos really got deep in that corner. As you can see, just the tire advantage is just absolutely insane. Roos is all the way to the bottom. Tate's just following him now. They're trying to draft each other as much as they can. Trying to give Roos that shove. He's got to be careful not to hook him, though. The 99 and the 36 have worked together. They're going to conspire against the 24. The lineup, the 99's going to get a good shove from Speedbuck, and the 24 get a good run on the outside. He does. You can see that absolute rocket of a run, but Tate is just tearing through them right now. Those new tires are really coming into play. He's just blowing by these guys. He's probably going to go to the lead here any second. He's going to go to the bottom of Hervatin. He's just going to go by him extremely easy. Those tires will just come into play for Tate. Oh, Hervatin, he wants to take the fight back to Tate, though. Maybe him and the 99 can do something, but they're still trying to... Oh, Tate's trying to cut the area. You see him get all the way to the bottom. He doesn't want that 24 to get a draft. 24 is just going to follow him wherever he goes now at this point. Might as well do it. See, Bab can just kind of watch back here. He's kind of like, what do I want to do? Do I want to go high? Do I want to go low? You just want to ride behind these guys and save fuel? Because he can do that doing this. You know, Tate's going to start pulling these cars along with him. He's got 8 more laps, maybe the 24 and the 54. You see him now that moving around, that slows down that 24. Bap can get inside. He's probably going to think better of it. You can hear Bowen on his outside. Bowen's going to get a good run. Oh, the 99 up into the 52. As soon as I say that, will the 52 save it? Locks it down, barely makes contact with the wall. Good save by that 52. Not too heavy of damage. I think he'll be fine. But the 99 looks like he just got tight coming into that corner. You see Bowen really gets a good run off there. Gets back in the gas pretty early. 99. He looks like he may have bobbled it off the bottom. We'll see. We'll go from the 99's point of view. That's Wally Babb. I think Wally Babb may have hit the apron. Looks like he just kind of came off the bottom up into the 52. 52 did a good of a job just staying in it and not absolutely killing your rear end. He kind of lightly tapped it. I think he will be perfectly fine. This is just a set of tires he's going to have to burn. But he should be fine. I don't think he's going to have much damage here at all. But Tate was on a mission with those tires. He was just chopping through the field like it was nothing at that point. Have to see who comes down pit road and who doesn't, because you want the tires. Do you just come down for fuel alone, or do you come down for something else? That is, it's gonna kind of be a guessing game at this point. What will drivers do? See, some drivers looks like they've left the race. That's a 77. He's still in pit road. These drivers are just gonna sit in pit road. Some drivers have left, but nobody's gonna come down pit road this time. But I don't blame them. 24 can just save fuel under caution. I need a mod for this chat. This is getting annoying. Just stupid links. I hate them. Glad I have something else I can pull them up on. Hervatin, I picked him up. He's on Ghost Racing, so it's fun to see him. Fun to see him up front right now. That's for sure. Trying to get more drivers for him so he's not so lonely. Looks like we got some. Yeah, 52 came down. Not a surprise. 90 or 9 comes back down. He looks like he may be trying to get his. He's got a back bumper now. And he's got a front end. That's kind of surprising he's got that now. So that's going to help the 9 of Lawrence a lot. It's going to give him more downforce. Looks like Modest Spot. How dare you compete for a sponsor? How dare you? Do you want to try me, David Modest Spot? Use code 10GHOST at checkout. Don't use David Modest Spot's code. Use mine. Can't believe it would compete with me. Looks like Modest Spot and McKinney. Looks like they are multiple laps down though, so that's going to be hard for them. So yeah, McKinney's 5, so Modest Ball must be 4 laps down at least. Edward, I will make you a mod then. If you just want to, watch out for those stupid links in there. Just don't ban anybody, I ask. Just don't ban people in the chat. That's all I ask from you, man. But you can ban those things that come through there. Perfectly fine with me. I'm tired of seeing them. I hate seeing them. Looks like they might be coming green the next time by. See if the lights go out on the pace car. Got some people maybe coming in to top off. No, Modest Ball. Fixing damage. The lights, yep, they go out this time, so they're going to come in green this time by. They're a little bit more than halfway through currently. They'll be coming, or close to halfway. So when they come to green flag, they'll have one more lap, and they'll be halfway through the race already. So all a decent amount of caution, surprisingly. Looks like HSR is already done with their league race. Pretty cool to see. Oh, you've got to be kidding me. I see how it is now. All right, well, anyway. Can't believe you would do that to me, Andrew. Hope you're watching this. I see how it is. Not cool. I'm gonna leave me alone. But Tate, he's gonna have the 36 of Spieth behind him. The 24 is gonna have the 57 of Rodriguez. Tate's got the fresher tires, so it's gonna be hard for that 24 to really just beat overall speed. I'd say it's gonna be hard for him to stay with them in general, because the tires, even though it's only about 8 lap difference, it's such a huge difference. You wouldn't really think it is, but it is. It's a bigger one than you may think. But start's going to be on Tate. He's going to have to hope that he gets a good jump, gets away from that 24. Tate gets a good jump. 24 actually fires off decently that time. Doesn't get a very bad restart, but Tate got an even better one. 36 of Spieth is going to kind of be left out. He's got to hope that Wheeler can get to his bumper. Hervatin's got to hope that Rodriguez can give him a shove. 24 gets a little bit tight. You see him wash up just for half a second. That's going to give the 36 of Spieth a decent exit, but the 24 is going to fight him off the corner just a little bit. You can see Tate's trying to go all the way down to the bottom. He does not want anybody to get the draft from him. But doing those movements is going to slow him down when he does that. 24 is going to try to run that high line. He's going to try to block the 57 of Rodriguez. Rodriguez might try to put him 3 wide coming off the corner. 24's got to realize and come up. He does. Tate's going to go all the way to the bottom, but they just can't follow him down there. Tate actually stays top. Is going to give the 24 for Hervatin a run. Hervatin's going to get to Tate's inside. Will he send it deep in the corner and try to slide up in front of Tate? We'll have to see. Hervatin is now clear of Tate. He can slide up. Will Tate pull a crossover move on him? Looks like he sets him up for that exactly. Tate's going to try to pass Hervatin back again, but the 57's coming. Hervatin's got to hop up in front of him. Hope he can get a good shove from Rodriguez. Tate's in a weird position now. He's on the bottom. He's got nobody. He's got a gap. That's Roos's teammate where Roos let him in. Tate decides to fight. He wants to stay with the lead, but Hervatin might come under fire from Rodriguez. Rodriguez is wrapping the high line. It looks like, Rodriguez gets to his quarter panel. He's there. They're going to go 3 wide now. 57 outside, 24 in the middle. Tate's on the bottom. Hervatin, Rodriguez, Tate. Yeah, what's going to happen here? Who's going to choose to go through? Roos is going to stick on that high line. Tate's got the fresher tires, though. That might just prevail in general. Oh, he tries to slide up right in front of Hervatin. Oh, Hervatin slides up in front of Rodriguez. Rodriguez gets tight, almost into the wall. Driver's getting really tight on exit, trying to shove everybody. You see Hervatin's just giving Tate a huge shove getting into that corner, trying to get him going a little bit faster than he wants to. You know, you don't always want that. It's going to get up on everybody's bumper. The 14 is trying to fight. That's Tate, teammate. Tate's probably staying on the bottom to help Roos. Trying to pull Roos with him. Roos did pit on the same lap that Tate did, so maybe a little bit of a strategy call from these two drivers. But the draft overall is going to help Hervatin for a little bit, but how much will those tires matter? Roos has to be careful not to burn them up. Hervatin, who's he going to go with? If he keeps shoving Hervatin, if Rodriguez, if he keeps shoving Hervatin, it's going to help him. But I think Hervatin realizes what Tate's trying to do. He ducks down behind Tate, cuts the air off from Roos. Roos is having to fight on that bottom more than he wants to. They're going to go 3 wide. 36 is going to be put 3 wide between the 6 and the 52. He gets through it, though. Driver's already getting racy. You see Wheeler's on the bottom. Spieth is in the middle. Now it's going to be Rodriguez who's put in the middle. Oh, Spieth comes down right in front of Wheeler. They're getting really racy again. Drivers just all lined up in a pack. This is kind of pack racing, but on a bigger version, but you wouldn't think it is. Well, these kind of 2 packs of drivers that have broken out now. These guys back here are probably like, man, I don't want anything to do with what's happening up front. It's the 60, the 62, 9, 22, 99, and the 49 of Gartner. Gartner's probably just watching back here. He's like, man, I don't want to. Oh, as I say that, the 99 into the wall. Gartner down to the bottom. That's a good thing about Michigan. You can really shoot down there. I think the 99 might have a blown engine now. Oh, through the grass. So something happened there. I'm not sure they're going to come up on track, but should be fine. Literally, as soon as I said that, just hard contact for some of those drivers. I was looking back there. I thought they were not going to race. And, as soon as I say that, somebody gets turned. But Hervatin is just not letting Tate go at all. He's just staying with the draft of them. He gets a good exit on that corner. Roos is still fighting on that bottom. Oh, they're getting wiggly. Oh, somebody's turned around. That's the 52 again. Oh, my gosh. Bowen's crashed, but looks like he didn't get that bad of damage. Something must have happened up here. Looks like the 24 and the 57 kind of follow each other. Looks like they just kind of chase each other both into the wall. Looks like the 24 hits the wall. So does the 52 behind him. Yeah, Hervatin to see if he hits it here. So 57 is trying to check up. 24 gets into the wall. Or Rodriguez actually gets worse damage. 24 looks like he's able to save it. Rodriguez looks like he may be on the break, and that kind of causes a stack up behind him. Yeah, I think driver's already checking up. 52 of Bowen spins out again. He's going to have to burn another set of tires maybe. Oh, he almost comes down back into traffic. Maybe looks like single car spin. See if Hubka gets into it. Hubka may be able to squeeze right by. Looks like he is. So not terrible damage for some of those drivers. Looks like they kind of both just followed each other into the wall there. Nothing. They both just got tied on exit. Just kind of like a weird entrance there, it seems. Drivers just washing up into that wall. You know, once you get tight, you're trying to keep your foot in it. Oh, wow. Nah, I'm saying oh, wow for a different reason. Y'all don't even know it. But 24 is probably going to, yeah, I could say that. Yeah, that's optional. That's optional damage that he'll probably fix. See if he's going to drag drivers with them. 57, he'll probably fix all that damage. That's actually harder damage than the 24. 17 has no front end. Speeds will come down. I think he's going to drag a lot of drivers here. 52, he'll probably fix his optional. Gardner's been able to keep it clean. Surprised. I'm not shouldn't have said that. I was going to wreck. He's going to wreck now that I said that. That was a bad choice of words from me. I should not have said that he's not going to wreck. He's 71, still has no hood, so it looks like he probably fixed off his optional that he could. They're just not able to give him a hood. Looks like he has an anime-inspired one. That's a pretty cool one. I'll give him that. But Tate's going to be out front, followed by Roos. I'm going to go to a quick commercial break for you all. We are back here at Michigan International Speedway. Lap 57 of 100, so drivers just got past the halfway mark. I believe they may have 2 more pit stops for fuel. We'll have to see who has tires, who's decided not to take them. 71 looks like he has more damage than I might have thought that he's trying to fix. But, you know, still trying to soldier on here. But Roos, you know, I'm glad to see Roos up here. He's up 20 or 14 spots, you know, looks like looking at Tate. He's up 14 spots from starting position. But the biggest mover is Christopher Tate. He's up 24. He started dead last. Didn't even have a qualifying time. And I might have thought, man, I want a challenge. I might as well just not even qualify and just see. Might as well. Just drive to the field. That'll be fun to do. Might as well do it. Let's do it, brother. You know, I don't blame him. That's something fun to do. No, that's just cutting through those cars if you know you got the talent for it. Might as well do it. It's always fun to drive through them. You know, Tate knows how to drive. Let's give him that. I believe he's still looking for sponsors in real life, so if y'all want to sponsor him, no, hit Tate up. I'll somehow get his contact information for y'all. Always fun to... Tate's a good guy. Always fun to joke around with, even though he makes fun of how slow I was on track, even though I wasn't. He would always put that Talladega Nights meme of that dude running around on the track. Or riding around on the track, slow on the bottom lane. That was not me, but he'd always joke around. Fun guy to joke with. So is Roos. But teammates... starting side by side. Start's going to be on Tate. Roos is going to be on his outside. Wheeler's going to be on Tate's bumper. Lawrence is going to be on Roos's bumper. Tate gets a good start. Maybe more of a gentleman's agreement between these two teammates up here. Tate, yep, he goes right up. He looks like he cuts up faster than what he was earlier. But Roos has got to watch for the 34 on the outside. He cuts up right in front of Lawrence. I think he saw the run that Lawrence was getting. But Lawrence is going to not even. Oh, it looks like Lawrence might wait now. He was looking on the inside of Roos. Maybe thought different. Wheeler, he's got to slide up. It looks like he's not be able to get up there in time. And look at Hupka. Hupka's up here now. He's going to get in the draft with them. He's got that left front damage, but you know, some damage won't hurt you too bad. You can see Lawrence is just giving Roos a huge shove, gets him a gigantic run in that corner. That's going to get Roos up to the bumper of Tate. Will he look for the inside on Tate now, or is he not going to fight him? He's going to go for the lead nevertheless. He wants to try to get it. This is going to slow him down. This is going to let these drivers behind them catch up. They might not want to be doing this. You see Woods. Woods has worked his way back up here. He's had a hard night so far. As Roos has gone to the lead off to into the middle of 1 and 2, excuse me. Edward, I do lives almost every single day, it seems, man. I don't know if I have a race tomorrow. I have to see, but Tate's going to be on the bumper of Roos again. The 6 is drawn close. So is the 60 of Woods. Tate, the tires are maybe burned off a little bit. Woods sends it really deep in there. As Woods actually has he put on lap 55, so he has absolutely just fresher tires than these guys up here. He's going to hope that works as this outside lane is going to get lined up. He just is dropping really fast now. Tires can do only so much. Once they get lined up, you're really fighting against that. You see Tate's trying to go back on the inside of Roos. Wheeler is going to be behind. Roos giving him a shove. These drivers are kind of back here. Dylan's making his way through the pack. The 60 trying to go to the inside of Tate. He makes it through. He's going to try to slide up in front of him. The 6 is going to wash wide. He's going to get a 2-for-1 on that exit. Going to slide up in front of him now. Woods has the freshest tires up here, so it's going to be interesting to see what he does. He's trying to block a little bit. Throws a little bit of a block on Wheeler. Wheeler realizes it goes to the bottom. He might try to pass Woods. What will Tate do? Woods has got to be careful. You do not want to burn up your tires doing this. Be gentle with them. Just don't be sitting it in that corner. You can realize, man, I've got fresher tires. It'll eventually pay off. Roos is throwing a little bit of a block. He moves over. That's going to allow Tate to go to the outside. Woods, hopefully, I hope he can hear me on the stream. And don't burn him up. He's going to get ahead of Roos, really get deep in there. He's going to clear him now. Now he can maybe run away from these drivers. Al said it took camera will free roam now. See the 6 is getting a shove from the 34. But Roos is going to go right back at Woods. Trade him blows with him. He's going to get in there really deep. Try to slide up in front of Woods. You can see him getting tight on the bottom, washing up the track. He's able to get right around him, though. They're already getting racy. Oh, Speece is really side drafting Wheeler there. You see him not giving him any room at all. That's going to slow him down, though. Bowen, who spun twice, is going to come through on the bottom, gets a really good run in there. He pit on lap 55 also, so he's got really fresh tires compared to these guys up here besides Woods. He's got Speece behind him. He realizes I need to get up in that top lane, gets him up in front of Wheeler, going to get a good shove from him. Maybe actually doesn't, not as good as I thought it was. 34. Lawrence is kind of lurking back. And then you see the 24. 24 has made his way back up. Kind of just lurking. You can just kind of really watch all this. These drivers are going to really use up their stuff doing this. They just want to race at this point. It's all the action seems to be up here. See that? Look at them all just lined up. Tate has a huge shove. Decides to not hit Woods. That makes him lift. The 52 just going to blow right by him. Now it's going to really be between the 52 of Bowen and the 60 of Woods. Bowen, I can see maybe going by Woods. He's just tracking him at this point, trying to stay in his draft. But watch him. You'll see how much he wants to stay in the draft. You can see Tate lurking in the background a little bit. Dives into that corner. Gets really, you can see him playing with the throttle just a little bit. Kind of feathering it going on the corner, but this is just going to slow him down. Woods is going to, you can see the run that Woods get is just absolutely huge. In here, Tate blaring on that. Oh my gosh, Tate with the run. Probably got a shove from the 36 of Speece. Tate, you could hear that pickup of that engine. Tate was coming like 5 miles an hour faster than everybody on that straight. Bowen's blocking Tate now. He realizes he needs to keep Tate. Tate, I'm surprised with these tires, he's able to stay up here with him. Same with Speece as these drivers back here, maybe falling back just a little bit, realize maybe I don't want to be fighting on that. I don't want to be fighting that bad. The Modest Spa, he's kind of a walking time bomb at this point, but he just wants to stay out in the race. Might as well just keep racing up here. But Bowen, he's got to the outside of Woods. What will Woods do? Woods looks like he's going to send it in deeper than what he is. Can he slide up in front of Bowen now? He can do it now. think he realizes it in a good time. Slides right down in front of him. It's like Tate and Spieth have kind of decided to make a little bit of a drafting tandem, but these drivers up front are going to go back and forth. Tate is getting a absolute shot from Spieth when he gets a shove. You just see him pick up like 5 to 8 miles an hour more as Woods might finally lose the lead to Bowen. I think he gave it up finally. Doesn't want to fight him at all. These drivers have kind of broken up into these kind of odd packs back here. 17 is on the lead lap with no front end. 17 is just, he's been trucking on. I'll give him that. Gardner's just sitting back here. He really doesn't want to, he's kind of like, I'm going to drive. I don't really want to do much back here, man. I don't see a point in it. We'll see. These drivers are just going to go back and forth. These guys pitted lap 55, so these guys have the same tires. Might just want to try to get each other to burn them off at this point, it seems. Might as well see what happens. There's kind of not really many actions going on. 24. He's trying to make his way back up to the field. It's going to be hard for him. He fixed all the optional that he had, so he's got the best car that he possibly could. He spent 48 minutes on pit road, so he didn't have that much optional, but he just took it. Might as well. That's kind of how I race too. If I have any optional, I might as well just take it early on in the race. When it's later on, I have to look at it. But the 36 of Spieth, these drivers may have burned up their tires. You can see him getting in there really deep. Surprise. Spieth pitted. Oh, no, never mind. No, I'm wrong. Spieth pitted on lap 55, so he's the same lap tires as them. Tate's been able to hang with these drivers kind of surprisingly, but he's bad, or not bad. He's behind on fuel. So he's got to manage to time it the same as these guys do. As you see Wheeler. Wheeler's just lurking back there. 69's looking to the inside of Wheeler. He's going to try to get by him. Hervatin, we'll see what he does. He follows the 69, trying to get him through. Hervatin pit on lap 55 also, so pressure tires are starting to show. 69 gets really tight, makes Wheeler go up the track. Hervatin's going to get 2 for 1, it seems. Yep, he slides up right in front of the 61. Might be put 3 wide if he doesn't realize that 69 is down. He needs to try to get the draft from him. 34 is going to shove the 6 of Wheeler by. But Spieth, while that's been going on, he's gone to the lead. Woods may have burned up his tires a little too early, but there's this pack of 4 cars. Looks like there's kind of like these small little packs throughout here. These drivers may have decided, I don't want to be racing super hard. I just want to race back here. No, maybe save more fuel, because 2 laps is going to make a big difference. You'd be pretty surprised how much of a fall off that is. As the race goes on, it's going to get even more. 71, he's a lap car. Heavy damage. Tate's experience, from iRacing and real life, might be showing. He's let these guys burn up their tires. Thank you for deleting those chats, Edward. I didn't realize they came through. But Tate, he's going to be hung on that bottom lane. These drivers, looks like that's 5 cars lined up on the outside. I'm going to have to be fighting them. Doesn't want to be doing that. That's just a bad idea for Tate. See him all just kind of letting Spieth pull away. All this fighting is just going to let him pull away even more every single lap. We'll go on board with Christopher Tate. It's been so long since I've ran those cars. He's maybe have a little bit of a different driving style than me. I wait for it to bite just a little bit more, but he's making it work. But he's also drawing the attention. It's like blood in the water. Everybody's starting to come now. The sharks all smell it. They're in a pack right now. But Spieth is just starting to slowly run away with this lead. These guys back here fighting may have burned up their stuff more than they realize. They might have to get off cycle to beat Spieth. Might be held up by Woods a little bit, but they are just absolutely running away. We got a car floating up somebody out there up front. That was kind of odd to see. Hey there, Ricky. I didn't expect to see you in this chat, man. Yeah, I do broadcasting now, so I can't race most of the time. My whole week is filled. I don't even run leagues anymore. Ridiculous. But Woods, he looks like he may be holding up. Actually, I don't know if he's holding up this line exactly. But we'll look at the gap that Spieth has been able to put on Bowen. As you can see, he's just been stretching it out every single time now. See what he does this time by. See, I mean, these guys fighting back here are just going to hurt him even more. But Tate, he's fighting with them. They're going to have one more pit stop, so it's going to be interesting to see when do these guys take it, when do they not. See what the gain is this time on Spieth over Bowen, if there is any gain. Yeah, he gains a lot on him, so these guys fighting like that, just hurting them back here. They need maybe a caution. I hate to say it, but that's what these guys are going to need to chase down Spieth. So they're going to have to get off cycle by just a lap, get in pit road really good, and get out really good also. Because if they don't, that's going to really hurt them. These guys are just wanting to race with each other. They don't, not realizing that Spieth is just inching away this whole entire time. See, Bowen's trying to get to the outside of Woods. He's there. Woods realizes it. Woods may have been holding him up, so maybe if they get Woods out of the way, they can start going to the front, but the 24 is making his way through this. It's like Reese has shot down pit road. He's the first car to go down. He bites the bullet. Looks like, what happened to Tate? Oh, looks like Tate, he actually came in on lap 73, so he's trying to get up on the field. This will probably be the last pit stop of the race. I didn't even realize Tate went in. The race has gone in. That's going to maybe trigger everybody else to go in. Or will Spieth use his lead to his advantage? We'll have to see. But I think as these guys have gotten lined up back here, they're starting to catch Spieth just a little bit. I think, that is. I'm not completely sure. But Bowen's going to go. That blood in the water. These guys are going to come down. 24 comes down. 6, 34. All of them are going to come down. They got to have a good pit stop, and they got to have a good stop overall. You can't mess up at all, because if you have to go into reverse for just half a second, that will end your night, as I've done that so many times. 52 gets in. 6 is in. 34 is in. 52, did he have to go in reverse there for a minute? I think he did. I have to rewind that real quick. Yeah, he did. He had to go in reverse. Man, he looks like he overslid his pits. So that might be bad for the 52. That might end his night. I mean, you think, man, it's only half a second. It's not going to be much. It is a huge amount. 24 is off and away. The 6 is off and away. Did he take only tires? Bowen, I think he took tires. So that's kind of odd how he got out in front of them. So he's out and away. I have to see, yep, here comes the 69, the 60, the 00 Vernon Reese. They're all down pit road now. See, Tate's going to get his lap back. How long is Spieth going to take out? Or stay out, that is. Because every lap he stays out, that's more time Tate gains on him. And it's going to put him in a weird spot. As I say that, Spieth is going to bite the bullet and go down pit road. Slows down again. Just make sure he's under the speed limit. Doesn't want to speed and get a speeding penalty at all, because that would really be bad for him. I'll watch his pit stop, see how clean it is. But that's going to put Kyle Gardner to the lead. See when Gardner comes down. Spieth's clean in, so I'll go to the leader now. Gardner's going to snatch the lead from these guys in that Red Bull car. I think that is a Flash paint scheme. Good choice of paint scheme for him. I'll give him that. Not a very bad one to choose. Spieth is out and away. This is going to be a hornet's nest when these guys start coming through. Tate, he pitted. See where the 24 is. The 24 is not very far behind Tate. That is not what Tate wants to see at all. See, Spieth merges. These guys are going to blow by Spieth, but how much tire wear? How is it going to show up between these guys that have ran only 3 laps more? That's going to be the big clue here. Gardner's going to have to pit real soon. He might pit this time by. But this is where the battle is. Can the 24 or the 6, the 34, or will Spieth come and catch him? He's got 2 lap fresher tires. That may not be enough of a difference to make anything. I think Gardner may be making his bed right here, staying out as long as he can. Upka's going to assume the lead from him. Like Gardner might be letting him go, just wanting to get down to the bottom. It's 57. You can see him really getting in there. He's still a brakes being locked up on him, trying to get in super deep as far as he could into the corner. It's going to be interesting to see what happens back here. 75 to 24, 52, 24, 6, and 34. All pitted on lap 75. Tate was 73. And they got 20 laps to go, so this should be all on fuel by this point. Gardner's going to continue to stay out, but Hubka, when Hubka pitted, he pitted on lap 71, so he triggered this more than these guys in front of him, but he was so far back he didn't hop them at all. So Gardner's in the lead. Bab is there. Bab is 2 seconds back, so maybe Gardner's hoping that his tires can hold up. Maybe he has enough fuel that I just don't know about. It's going to be interesting to see what happens with Gardner. How long is he going to stay out? Is he just going to hope for a caution? He might as well, but if they... No, it's going to be close. You know, if Tate only shaves a lap off a second, Gardner can win the race, that is. That's going to be interesting to see Tate's lap times compared to Gardner's. Because he's going to have to shave off more time, and you know, as it goes on, it's just going to slow down for Roos. Roos is going to have to be in tire conservation mode. Not Roos, sorry. Gardner is. Oh, this is going to be interesting now. Is Gardner playing a fuel mile strategy on these guys, and they just don't realize it? Because, I mean, this man might have an ace up his sleeve. These guys back here, they're just going to battle. Speece is coming through. He's trying to rip through this now. He's got 2 lap fresher tires that maybe starting to show slides. Up in front of Wheeler, just barely. Just closes that door on Wheeler as soon as he can. Doesn't want to do anything with him. Going to get to the back of the 24, Dylan Hervatin. You can see Tate up there. Tate's just kind of lingering. Speece is trying to get past the 24. It's going to make him tight on exit. Not going to get the exit that he wants, but maybe tires just show up now. Show that, you know, if tires are better than draft partners, he's not able to get by them. As Gardner, this is going to get extremely interesting now. Don't know. Does Gardner have fuel to the end? This is going to get really weird now, but you can see the 36 and the 24 have caught Tate. The tires are maybe starting to wear off on Tate. Not what Tate wanted to see with Speece just filling up his mirrors. 71's going to give way to these guys up front. Good choice by him, not getting in the way of the leaders. Besides that, it's not my place to fight with you all at all. But, Tate almost looks like he's going to bottom. Speece just shoots down to the bottom of Tate, trying to get the side draft off of him. He's going to get it. Try to get past Tate in this corner, go in there really deep. Neither driver wanting to lift. See, will Speece be clear of Tate? Looks like he will, but will Tate get that huge run off the top? Speece is going to hop up in front of him before he can even get it. 24 is going to follow Tate down there. So was Wheeler. It's kind of a game to follow the leader at this point. But while they're doing this, the time is not shaving off fast to Kyle Gardner. Is he playing a fuel mileage race? This is really going to be interesting to me. I don't know how long these drivers can go on fuel. He pitted on lap 55 as a 99 goes in. Has the 49 made his bed? That's what he could be doing here at this point. Oh my gosh, this is going to get really interesting. Speece is 24 seconds back. He's going to have to shave off a lot of time to get to Gardner at this point. Babbitt's in, so he's going to have the freshest tire, so he'll come blazing through here, just tearing through the field really soon. But Gardner, him catching these cars too that are laps down, he's catching just a little bit of a draft, even if it's just a little bit. And that's just going to keep pulling him away from them. I know he has to be loving this. Seeing these lap cars, he's like, yes, please stay. He's probably telling them, stay in my line on the straights. When you're in the corners, I want you out of the way, not in my way at all. Because he got a little bit loose off that corner, maybe hurt him a little bit. Heard a little bit of a clank, but I don't think it did him too bad of damage to him. I'll go for a chase. Looks like, yeah, he might have scraped it a little bit coming off the corner. Didn't register enough for damage, though. See the 60 to 62 back here. 52, Hubka. These guys pitted on lap 71. Tire just not playing. As Gardner comes in, he was just trying to stay out as long as he could. Just didn't work out. Probably hoping for a caution at that point, I'd say, and it just didn't work. So he's going to relinquish the lead. I know he doesn't want to. Maybe he's hoping that maybe I can get out close enough to these guys as he gets easy in, easy out, but it's going to be a 4-tire stop. Yep, this is going to take the win away Gartner. It's going to leave the 17 that has no front end at all. But he got some smoke somewhere, I think. Caught a little bit of a smoke. Somebody... Am I seeing that or somebody blow up somewhere? I think I'm just seeing stuff now. I thought somebody blew up because I saw smokes from somewhere. The 17's all alone. Speed is just going to eat the 17 for breakfast at this point. No, but a caution coming out is going to change everything at this point. It's just going to change the whole race. Because drivers, they're going to have to hope they have tires, and they'll come back down pit road. They'll do that. They'll take tires again, as I am seeing smoke from somebody. I'm not seeing stuff. Somebody has some smoke somewhere. I can see it. I'm just not sure who it's coming from. But, you know, now the question is the 24 holding back? Is him and Wheeler holding back this whole entire time from Spieth? Because they're in the range that they're catching that draft from Kyle Spieth in front of them. Spieth is not pulling away like he was before. And if the 24 and the 6, you know, you saw William Byron do this, Kyle Larson last season, they ran different lanes and they were letting the fresh air come to them, and down the straights, they were shoving each other. Hervatin could maybe come away with the win here because Spieth is not getting out in the lead like he was before at all. We'll just have to see what Hervatin does. This is going to be big question mark. It's being raised late in the race. I think most guys are side by side. Gartner's got the fresh tires, so he's going to be just ripping through this field at this point. See, Woods looks on the 62. He's back there with the 69, Ryland Fonchinato. Looks like drivers got through the early cautions and they've kind of evened out. But, oh, this is going to get interesting now. Silver goes in. So it's going to be between the 24 and the 36 and maybe the 6, which is the 2 in this race, of Wheeler. If Wheeler gets to the bumper of the 24 and they decide to start shoving each other, that's going to put Spieth in a really, really weird position. But Tate's being able to hold on to this draft, though. So is Lawrence. Reese necessarily hasn't. They're farther back from them, so they're kind of in their own pack right now. But this is going to get really interesting here. I'm going to pull up lap times to see how they fare. You can see. Let's see if they run this lap. Hervatin was faster that lap. The lap before, Hervatin ran almost the exact same time as Spieth. So was Hervatin just saving his tires? That raises a question. He's gaining on Spieth now. Uh-oh. Spieth, he's got to start watching for the 24 of Hervatin in his mirror now. This is going to get racy as it goes on. They're coming to 9 to go. Hervatin gets to the bumper of Spieth. What's he going to do? He's probably just going to stay tucked in. He's going to have to time his move absolutely perfect on Spieth. He's going to want to follow him for as long as he can. He wants to stay in the draft. He's got to, prepare the slingshot on him. Got to prepare it on Spieth. I know Spieth has saw Hervatin in his mirror. He's like, man, what is going to happen? Did you see the 17? Pressure tires, still no front end. Just going to rip through these guys. He's going to try to get his lap back. Will he shove the 24? Or will he go up there and mess with Spieth? Hopefully he won't, because you don't want that to be happening. You want it to race out clean. But this is definitely going to get interesting. Hervatin is in striking distance of Spieth. He needs to get maybe a little bit closer to Spieth to be there. I know Hervatin does not. He's like, oh, come on, 17, man. Just stay behind me and shove me. He doesn't want to be battling him. As you can see, it's slowing his time down just a little bit. Run of this, yeah, that's going to hurt the 24. Maybe the 24 can get a draft off of Silver's. Silver's, he's going to try to get his lap back. 24 is probably going to tuck. He's going to try to get the draft from him. You can see the time cutting down now. Uh-oh. He's gaining on him. See what's Hervatin's going to have to start searching wherever he can. He wants to stay in the draft of Spieth. This is going to hurt Spieth. Actually, he gets all and tucks right behind the 17. It's going to slow him down. The 24 is going to get a good run down the front stretch. That's going to bring him to the bumper of Spieth maybe by the end of it. Oh, the lap car is going to come into play now. Hervatin's got right up to the bumper of Spieth. Oh, he's to the outside. He's got a hold of Spieth's quarter panel. What's going to happen? Who's the 17 going to go with? 17's going to go with the 24. Oh, no. Does Speece burn him up? Speece slides right up in front of Silvers. Now, can Speece mount something with 6 to go and they come back to the line? This is going to come down to the race. What is going to happen between Speece and Hervatin? Speece had it almost locked away. Is he just letting Hervatin get in front of him? Or did he tell the 17, hey, help me? Oh, this is just going to hurt Speece even more. This is going to help Hervatin. They're going to be fighting side by side. You know, when cars are like this, you can't get the entry that you want to the corner. Hervatin's going to have to hope this lap car in front of him gives him the lane he wants. Have to see what he does. Maybe Hervatin can get a draft off the 77. He needs a 17 to go by. It might be wise to lift, as I think he does. Tucks in behind the 17. Tate's found his way back up here. So is the 34. It might become a 4-car battle here real soon. It's going to be really interesting now. He can see these two drivers up in front of each other. He's going to be trying to get the draft off whoever is closer. He might want to get the draft off the 77. This is going to hurt the 24's exit, get him tied off of it. That's going to help Speece get back up to his bumper. Speece is going to be chasing him. He wants to get away from Speece. Speece has got to run, though, because the 24 wasn't able to get a good exit. 24 blocks, throws a block again on Speece. Speece realizes it. I think Hervatin is going to start to rely on that 17 in front of him. He's going to be trying to get just a little bit of a toe off Silver, but Tate's found his way back into the mix. Late in the race, tires have evened out between these top 4 drivers. It's going to be 4 to go when they come back to the line. Speece is on the bumper, the 24 of Hervatin now. Speece looks like he's just planning a lot. He doesn't want to pass him just yet. He wants to just time it just right. As you can see, getting that bite off the middle of that corner, getting that good rotation, but they're running up on lap cars again. This is going to give Hervatin a draft off these guys in front of them. He likes seeing this. 71 going to try to stare. 24 is going to be able to tuck back up. 36 is not going to get a good entry. You see he had to get in there a little bit more shallower than Hervatin. That's going to give Hervatin a good exit off the corner. Hervatin's going to be able to get that bite that he wants. So he's running that line that I tend to run. These old Gen 6 cars waiting for the car to rotate, but Tate's going to try to get to the bumper, the 36. Will it be the 36 and or 36 and 54? That plots something against Hervatin. Hervatin's got to be careful. You cannot get tight off the exit of one of these corners, because if you do, these guys might leave you out to dry. As soon as I say that, he may be getting tight. So I think he was there, but the 36 had nowhere to go. He just slides up right in behind the 24. It's going to be 3 to go at the line. Speece is just shoving the 24 at this point, trying to get him in the corner faster than he wants to. Will he shove him in there more than Hervatin wants to? He doesn't. He lays off at the last second. I know Hervatin is benefiting from the 17 of Silver being in front of him. He's catching just that little bit of draft off of him. I know he loves seeing Silver's up. He's like, please, man, stay right there. But Speece is just not getting off the bumper at all. He's just all over him. See Hervatin gets a little bit tight off the corner. He has to lift out of the throttle. That's going to give Speece a run. He's going to have to throw a block on him now. I think Hervatin realizes that he's trying to keep Speece guessing. What are you going to do? You're going to go back? Am I going to go top? Am I going to go bottom? What am I going to do now? Her 17 is going to go up in front of the 24. 24 is going to get down there good. You see Speece had to lift off a little bit because he didn't really expect the 17. That's not going to be good for the 24 at all. Oh, he gets tight. Oh, touches the 17. 17 needs to get out of the way of the leaders now. I think he realizes it maybe. He still doesn't realize that he needs to get out of the way. Let them race it out. It's going to be white flag next time by. The 24, the 36, the 17 still going to be playing a factor. If Tate gets next to that 36, it's all over. The 24 is going to have the lead, but the 24 gets tight off the exit. You saw him there. What's Speece going to do? It might be a last corner pass. He gets to the bumper. The 24 gets him a shot. White flag in the air at Michigan. Will Speece get Hervatin into the corner faster than he wants to? He lays off getting in there. I think Hervatin realizes what he's doing. Tate, he's going to try to roll the outside line. If he gets a good exit, Hervatin needs to realize where Tate is. But this might be good for Hervatin. What's he going to do? He's going to come up in front of Tate. Tate going to have one last shot. He's going to look to the inside of Hervatin. It's going to be side by side down to 3 and 4. What's going to happen? Hervatin's got to get in there really good. But Tate might come and steal from Hervatin. Hervatin's going to have to hope that that side draft will pay off. He's going to hope for that run on the outside of the lane. Down to the line. Hervatin's going to get turned. Tate's going to win at Michigan. Who's going to come second? Speed's going to come second. Robert Lawrence is going to come third. Hervatin, Hervatin, heartbreak for him. At the line, he's in the grass. He might come home about 8th, I'd say. Hervatin, it was the last turn. As that was not redemption for anything, Andrew. but that has to be heartbreak for the 24 of Hervatin. He had it going into the last turn, and Tate just stole it from him. Got the run that he needed on the bottom, went straight down to it. But Tate takes it home at Michigan. I know Hervatin just has to be heartbroken at this point, as Tate's going to burn it down. He's going to win the 3rd race of the season here at Michigan. First win of the season, though, for him. However, 3 different races, 3 different winners, as he's just going to burn it down here. He's in the grass. I know Hervatin just has to be heartbroken from that. We'll see what happened here for him. No, he had the lead going into 3 and 4. Actually, he didn't. Excuse me. Tate was side by side with him going into 3 and 4. Tate got that huge run. Like, he just planned it perfectly. Got the side draft, stalled the 24 out. And then Tate just sticks to that bottom lane. The 24 is trying to stay in those quarter panel as much as he can. Right there, Tate's already passed. 24 comes down into the 34, gets turned across both of their noses and into the inside wall. See how hard of an impact he had. I know it had to be a pretty hard one from Hervatin. Actually, looks like he didn't even hit the wall. Looks like he kind of just spun down to the middle of the field. No, actually, he rear-ended it, but no, just heartbreaking for him. That'll show results of this race. I can pull up for y'all here. As I'll bring in the third place driver of Robert Lawrence. As I will, actually, he might not be in here. I know he is there. Sorry, excuse me. So I'll bring in Robert Lawrence here. Hey, Robert, this is Bryson Booth. You got a copy, man?
Yes, sir.
Man, so you come home 3rd. You're kind of just, that whole pack there was just kind of lurking with each other. And I mean, no move was made till the end. But how did the race go for you overall, though, man?
It went all right. I was really just trying to, I guess, learn the car, learn what the car was doing. It's been forever since I've been here in the Gen 6, so it was basically the whole race. I was sitting there trying to learn how to drive the car.
Yeah.
and so I was a whole bunch of just learning throughout the whole race, trying to just conserve tire, because I knew if we got a long run, it would matter. And it did towards the end there. But I just ended up running out of enough tire at the end there to make any kind of momentous run to try to get the win. But I was coming. If we had another 5 laps, I think it could have been a different story, but we'll never know.
I mean, all you guys were kind of just, in the pack the whole time, it seems. I mean, y'all pitted at different times, but y'all just somehow came together. And I knew somebody was going to burn them off a little bit sooner. I was just kind of waiting for it. But, I mean, I already asked you that. But, I mean, how was the racing, all night for you? Did you see, anything clean, or was it kind of a little bit dirty in some spots?
Oh, there was, yeah. As you can tell by my reaction, there were clean guys, and then there was guys that not so much. And I'm not going to point any names. Not going to point. I mean, it just there was some dirty stuff, and then there was some clean stuff, and it ended up being what it is. It's. The guys that race clean will be noticed for it, and I do want to apologize to Dylan Hervatin on that last corner. It was a 3-wide situation. I was already turned far left as much as I could, and I couldn't not stay out of him, and he came down in front of me, and I wasn't about to lift coming to the line. So I apologize to him for that, and that's where my I'll be remembered for, so I do apologize for that. But
yeah, man, I mean, it's just so close at that point. He's just coming. I'm watching the replay right now. I mean, he's on the wall, so he's trying to get all he can. You probably got as much wheel into it as you can, so nothing you could really do there. He actually kind of comes down in front of you. I mean, nothing. I don't really see anything wrong with that coming to the finish. But I mean, before I let you go, are there any sponsors that you want to thank? Anybody that you want to shout out that may have been watching the stream?
Yeah, I gotta thank Everlast, Sergeant Grit, Blue Motorsports. Noah's actually in the process of having a kidney. kid either tonight or early this morning, so congratulations to them. But it just and thank you guys thank you for broadcasting it and being the announcer. Without you guys, no one would even know this is around, so I appreciate it.
All right, man. Well, I'll let you go then. That was Robert and Lawrence, the third place driver. I'll bring in the second place driver of Kyle Spees. Hey, Kyle, this is Bryson Booth. You got a copy, man?
Yeah, I do.
Man, so you just fell up short. Tires ended up wearing off for you. I mean, it was a battle, definitely a huge battle at the end. But how did the race go for you overall, man?
Fairly well. Just cautions luckily went in our favor for me tonight, at least. Most of our teammates as well. Last week I got collected, so I did avoid a few. Other than that, I think it was a good race all in all. We all worked on strategy. A few of us swapped on what we did, and that did change how we ended the race. Like you said, tires were a big factor. I tried to push as much as I could to get up front. I didn't think I was strong here, so I wanted to be up front tonight at the end, which I was. I was just happy to get what we got, and luckily I made a miraculous save at the end there and got my top 3, so I'm very happy with it tonight.
Yeah, I mean, I saw you get out there, and I was like, man, Spees might run away. Then you started slowly getting roped in. I was like, oh, you might have burned him off there. But, I mean, before I let you go, is there anybody that you want to thank, any sponsors you want to shout out that may have been watching the stream here?
Yeah, absolutely. Threat Love Midnight Motorsports I'm a part of. Always great to race with them, and having Jeff as our captain and teammate, as well as thanks to you for doing the broadcast. Takes time out of your night, which helps us get a broadcast, but you enjoy it as well, so we appreciate you. And then just another shout out to my grandma and my mom that watch every night. They'll probably be in the chat for you, so appreciate you guys watching.
Yeah, man, I always see them in there, and they're always cheering for you. But I'll let you go now, as that was the second place driver of Kyle Spees. And I'll bring in the winner here of Christopher Tate. Hey, Tate, this is Bryson Booth. You got a copy, man?
Yes, sir. How you doing?
Man, so you mounted a charge late. You pitted earlier than those guys, but it looks like you just saved them overall. But how did the race go for you the whole night, it seems?
The race went really well. Led a lot of laps. It's kind of nice to be back up front. Nice to finally get a win again. They kind of played down to what I was expecting. Just aero push was huge. Dirty air was terrible. But as long as you can manage it the right way, it's your race to lose. So I kind of sent it on the last lap. I wasn't sure if I'd get it or not. I kind of thought I was done for, but I sent it. It stuck, and sure enough, here we are.
Yeah, man, he was trying to get to your quarter panel. I mean, you had him clear off 3 and 4. I didn't know if it was going to work, but you pitted earlier, and I thought, man, this is kind of a gutsy move by you. I mean, I know that you have to kind of jump the gun on those guys when you're pretty much even, and it ended up working out because you saved just a little bit more than them. But before I let you go, is there anybody that you want to thank, any sponsors you want to shout out that may be watching the stream?
Yeah, first off, 3F Racing, all the guys over there. I've got some really exciting stuff coming up. Group Motorsports Marketing, Orion Motorsports, Hubka for letting me in the league. Everyone's in the league, and you for broadcasting. Appreciate it.
All right, man. Thank you. I'll let you go now.
I appreciate it.
That was Christopher Tate. He wins. He won. He was a champion last season, so he's showing that he still has it in him. You hear that he races in real life, so I might try to go watch him race sometime soon if it's close enough to me. But I'll go down the finishing order for y'all here at Michigan. Not a bad race overall. I'll give him that. Good finish. Heartbreaking for Dylan. He had it until 3 and 4, and it was just, man, he has to be kicking himself for that. Lost his team, too. Now he's on mine, hopefully. I wanted him to win because he's on mine, that's for sure. But the finishing order, Tate wins it. He comes first. Spees comes second. Third is Robert Lawrence. Fourth, Chris Wheeler. Fifth, Kyle Gartner, who pitted late. I'm surprised he drove up that fast. Sixth, Rylan Fontanato. Fifth, Chris Wheeler. Eighth, Zach Woods. Ninth, Dylan Hervatin. So he was able to finish ninth after he went through the grass, had to fire it back up. 10th, Matthew Rodriguez. 11th, Jacob Bowen. 12th, Chris Hupka. 13th, Christian Ruth. 14th, Vernon Reese. 15th, Wally Babb. 16th, James Silver. 17th, Mike Savanowski. 18th, David Modespaw. 19th, Dalton McKinney. 20th, Devin Scroggins. 21st, Tyler Evans. 22nd, Jeffrey Vickery. 22nd, Jeffrey Vickery. 23rd, Christopher Lawrence. 24th, Tom Bourne. and 25th is Robert Kinney. Those drivers that you see at the bottom just had a hard night overall, got involved in wrecks earlier. Some of it didn't go the way I wanted to. You know, I'll add on to what Lawrence said. You know, drivers, they're going to have to change how they drive now because there is no fast repair unless it's a super speedway. And, you know, I'm someone who thinks fast repair is needed sometimes because, you know, some accidents are going to happen. But, you know, it kind of weeds out kind of the problem child of the group, I'd say. Even though I don't have any problems. I've never had problems with these guys that race in here except for a few that aren't around anymore. So it's going to be interesting to see how these drivers change the way that they drive as the season goes on, because they're not going to be able to do the same thing that they did before. But good race overall. You know, cautions early on, and they had that long green flag run to the end. Tate saved his tires just a little bit longer. Dylan had it coming off of 3, or he had the lead going into 3 and 4, then lost it to Tate. Then, you know, got spun. I don't see anything, you know, malicious by any of those guys at all. Just hard racing. And I believe Lawrence had, you know, a handful of wheel, just trying not to hit him. 24 kind of came down a little bit. That is heartbreaking for him. But I mean, it's good racing overall. Tate just shows that he's on that he's on top. He knows that he can race. He knows that he's really good. So, you know, he can flaunt his stuff when he wants to, but he's saved him better. He showed his talent here tonight. But good race at Michigan overall. As I'll pull up the schedule, I'll see where we are next week. I believe we will be at Atlanta next week. I'm not sure if it is the old or new Atlanta, though. So it's going to be interesting to see if it's the old Atlanta, then it's going to be okay. If it's a new Atlanta, then there might be a problem because that's a drafting track. It's going to be very interesting to see where they go. I'm not sure where they went. Actually, I'll look on polls. I believe Hufka put it in polls. So it looks like we'll probably be running at the new Atlanta. So it's going to be a big difference between some of these guys up there. It's going to be a huge thing to see. It'll be very interesting, though, for them. But I'm going to roll 2 ads, and then I'll let you all go here.